Mark, a homeowner is concerned with possible mold issue in their home. And let's say they're considering to do a mold inspection in their home.
Okay.
How much does a mold inspection service cost with our company?
Great question, Zach. So the way it starts out is we start out with a free consultation. This is no cost, no obligation to the homeowner. Ultimately, we want to make sure that we're a good fit for what they got going on in the house. So what we do is we go through areas where there's potential issues, where there's questions. Typically, I like to focus on areas where there's like a water source. So your bathrooms, showers, sometimes basements.
Okay, so that is, the first step is free consultation, just a very general one, because we don't want to charge for people for the service that they don't need.
Exactly.
And then if you think that they're a good candidate for the inspection, then next thing is doing the inspection. So how much does the inspection cost and what does it include?
Sure. So our approach to mold inspections is three-pronged. So number one, it's a more thorough visual inspection. So now what separates that from my initial walkthrough is when I'm doing this walkthrough with my, I have additional tools basically that I bring with me. So for instance, we'll use an infrared camera to see if there's any moisture escaping or heat, or let's just say there's areas where it's just questionable. We can't, we don't have see-through vision. So
you can't see behind wall, behind ceiling, behind drywall, where infrared camera is able to
exactly,
do that.
And other tools as well. But really, the most important one to us is we want to ensure the health and safety of the occupants. And this is where we introduce the Instascope. So this is state-of-the-art technology, basically our lab on wheels.
Yep.
What it's designed to do is, in a given volume of space in question, what do we have that's airborne? But what's nice with this inspection that you're going to get is it's not just covering the area in question, it covers your whole home. How do you know if it's not airborne in other parts of the house?
Because it moves like with the air throughout the home?
Exactly. I can't tell you, Zach, how many times where, if you don't mind me sharing a story, a homeowner's dwelling, he had an issue in the basement and he agreed to the assessment. And you would not believe, whatever was in that basement was starting to become airborne throughout the rest of the spaces where he was living, like the living room, dining room. So really it's a way for us to get a good understanding, almost like a scan of what's going on in the home. Now the biggest question you're probably gonna ask, well, what if you don't find anything? What if I see something and I'm like, Mark, I just, what do we do here? So this is where we get our swab test involved. So this is basically for us to confirm that, hey, I see something suspicious is growing, and it basically has a chemical reaction that forms here. So imagine I go to a surface area, I take a sample, put it in the vial, I break this vial, and there's a liquid that turns in here that basically pours down this tube, and a chemical reaction occurs. And two things that are gonna happen. Either A, there's no mold,
or whatever.
Or whatever
testing that's visual. It's not mold.
Exactly. Now all that costs $550, Zach.
For a house any size?
Well, up to 2,500 square feet. Anything above and beyond that, it's 25 cents a square foot.
Got it.
So let's say it's a 5,000 square foot house. We're talking $1,250 to
for a big house.
For a bigger house, correct.
Okay. And so that inspection, it's not just doing the air test. And it's not just doing air tests in just a couple rooms. You are doing air tests in the entire house.
Correct.
And then as well as you're testing any visual microbial growth that could potentially be mold.
Correct. And the reasoning behind this, really testing is designed to give us answers to questions. And the question is, how do I know what I don't know, right? Because again, there's other companies that'll come out, they don't believe in testing.
They just say everything is mold, you need to remediate it. Yeah.
And we're just not that company, and we want to make sure, again, when we come out to homeowners, that they align with our values. Again, we want a home. I always make this joke, Zach, with people. I never want to see you again.
for this reason, right? Yeah, like a doctor.
Exactly. And so this is something we could talk about at another point, but we do want to give the homeowner peace of mind when they're done. We want them feeling. They want their, a lot of these people have kids in their houses, dogs, loved ones, elderly.
Yep.
Again, we're not their health professional, but we want them to leave with a sense of just peace, that they had a professional here, they didn't take advantage of them. It started out as a free consultation, and then if it needed to go somewhere further, well, it needed to go somewhere further.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.